guys, welcome again to Millside. So today we're doing a head-to-head comparison between two of KegLand's products, the BrewZilla and the DigiBoil with the mash upgrade kit. Now we're bringing both these systems into South Africa and they're available on the store. But first, a big thank you to everybody who subscribed, everybody who's purchased and supported the Millside brand. Thank you so much. A big thank you also to Mark from Africa Hops, who's helping us develop our own Millside beer recipes using Simpson's malts. A big thank you to Jaco Waal. He's a very accomplished brewer, and he's actually shared 3 of his recipes with us. Actually named 2 or 3 of them after us. I'll be sharing these recipes on the website for you guys to enjoy. A Millside Birthday Blonde Citrus, Millside Ale, and a Millside Weiss. Have a look at those recipes and enjoy. So we also have our systems now in one of Cape Town's leading craft breweries, and I'll be sharing some of that footage with you guys in the next few weeks. They're obviously going to be sharing with us some of that information, and I hope to share that with you, obviously to broaden and expand the whole experience. So right, straight into this. Obviously on the face value you can see the difference between the 2 units. BrewZilla has obviously a comprehensive LCD screen and display. DigiBoil has a simple display. Again, when you're operating the DigiBoil, plus and minus, you would set in the temperature. When it reaches the temperature, it shuts off, the green light comes on, and it'll just keep it at that temperature. If you're doing step mashing, obviously it's a manual process. On the BrewZilla, you have 2 modes, an auto and just a manual mode. In manual mode, you obviously just put in the temperature and it'll reach it and switch off and keep it at that temperature. You can also do step mashing, so you can, for argument's sake, the night before put in the timer option. The following morning you wake up at the time that you've allotted and your water's at strike temperature. You can get mashing, and you can put in various stages and it'll increase the temperature incrementally for that time period. So a much more comprehensive control system. You also have 3 options on the elements, 500, 1000 and 2000 on both systems. However, the BrewZilla has what they call ultra low density element. So you're not going to have scorching on this system. On the DigiBoil, you will have to watch out for that. Both have gate valves. The BrewZilla has a built-in pump. You can see the outlet on the side, and simple cam lock system, quick and easy to take on and off, and you have the valve to control the pressure. You can purchase options like the Whirlpool arm, polycarbonate sight glass, which is obviously quite nice if you want to see what's happening in the wort. You obviously then also get the jackets for the system, and on the back of the jackets they've given you some handy sort of tips and hints, which is also quite nice. Then in terms of the actual malt pipe, again, both of them are identical. Again, you can see the quality of the build. You do, let me get this one, you do, obviously on the BrewZilla you have an adjustable overflow. So if you're doing a smaller mash, obviously you can adjust this up and down, and when you reach the limit, it locks into place. Again, solid build quality on both of them. I sort of expected that you might see a little less of that on the DigiBoil, but actually even things like the handles, you'd think they would have taken the handle off to save costs, but they've kept both handles. In fact, you struggle to see any weld marks where they've spot welded. You just don't see it. I mean, even if you look on the actual malt pipe, you can see there's the seam. Everything's really nicely done. Just have a look there. There you can see the system in place. And then obviously you have an overflow cone which slots in, and then you have a separate grain plate which then sits on top of your grain bed, and that disperses the wort evenly throughout. On the DigiBoil you don't get this. So you just have a grain plate at the bottom. So in other words, on the bottom of this pipe here, you just have a simple grain plate. You don't have any options there, and that's obviously because they don't have a built-in pump on the system. You can obviously install a pump on the system. You can purchase one of these silicone tubes from us, attach it on, connect your pump onto that. The lid could be a problem, although we do have obviously a fix for that. The lid comes standard on the 65 as a solid glass lid, and on the 35 you get a stainless steel lid. Now you can obviously purchase one of the lids like this that has the center hole in. We do keep that in stock. Otherwise you can do a distillation lid. This one has a bulkhead fitting in it. Obviously this is from a 35, but we do have for the 65 liters, and then you can feed your wort back in. You do need to bear in mind now, obviously you don't have the overflow, so you need to operate your pump with some caution. Make sure you're not flooding the actual system. Remember, it takes some time for that wort to settle through the grain bed. That's the reason for having that overflow pipe. So you need to just control the wort, but yes, you can obviously put a pump on here. The BrewZilla comes with a cooling coil. The DigiBoil does not come with a cooling coil. Again, you can purchase cooling coils or any number of options to cool your wort down. So in terms of comparing quality on the two systems, the build quality is identical. The options is really where you're differentiating the two systems. Now if you're running a budget and you don't necessarily want a pump or a cooling coil, then obviously this is a better option. Remember, there are some fixes for both of those. A lot of people use brewing the bag systems, and originally, you know, they didn't have this option for a mash upgrade kit, and you would simply use a brew in a bag, and you could use the spring clips to hold the brew in the bag in place. Now also remember, with this system you can distill on both of them. So I think the 65 liters is probably a better option if you are distilling, because you have more element control. On the 35 you obviously only have a 500 watt and a 1900 watt options. Yeah, you can obviously control the element a little more. You can purchase the distillation lid. It comes complete with a silicone seal. We do supply the bulkhead fittings, and then you can fit 2-inch columns. You could fit alembic distillation lids. There you go. You can do this sort of option. We have sight glasses. We have the reflux columns. We have a number of different options there that you can put onto the system. So you could brew beer one day, and the next day you suddenly decide you want to do whiskey. You can do it in both of these systems. So this is obviously for somebody who wants a comprehensive brewing system. You don't need to purchase anything else with that system, unless you're wanting to do distilling. With this system, obviously now you are limited in that you don't have that pump and you don't have the cooling coil, but like I said, there are some quick fixes to that. This is really good value for money. This is obviously a little more in terms of your budget, but you're getting a lot more for the system. So guys, I think that pretty much covers everything on it. I will tell you that we are keeping a comprehensive range of spares for both, you know, be it rocker switches, PC boards for either systems. You know, this is the tube that connects the pump onto the outlet pipe. We're keeping spare valves, like I said, you know, all of these sort of options, all of these spare plates, glass lids, everything you can purchase from us. And we hope to, as they obviously improve and we'll keep more options available, we'll bring those options in for you guys as well. So I hope this video was informative. Drop us a mail, let us know if there's any other questions you'd like to know, or something that I haven't perhaps covered. And we look forward to seeing you on the next video, and thank you again for the support.